Hello Virgo, my name is Keith Haswell and I'm a professional astrologer with 40 years experience in the business now and over 30,000 clients worldwide. I've got over 160 YouTube videos up there on all aspects of personal and spiritual growth, and it's my pleasure to welcome you, Virgo, to this particular video where I'm going to be looking at your cycles for July and August 2015. What I'm going to do for you is I'm going to tell you about the movements of Mars and Saturn. They set up obstacles and stresses and tensions in your life and pressures in your life, and you might say, well, I don't want to know about them. Well, they're actually hurdles that you've set up for yourself, Virgo. And what happens when you overcome those hurdles and handle those stresses and tensions is that you grow. You grow in character, you grow in powers, strengths and talents. And so you've set up these hurdles for yourself, and you want to be able to jump those hurdles and to be able to become more of who you really are. And then I'm going to look at the happy side of the equation with the look at the movement of the Sun, Venus and Jupiter through the houses of your horoscope during this particular 2-month period. It's a momentous 2 months because Jupiter, which takes 12 months to transit through a particular house, actually changes houses in this particular 2-month period. So it's a very momentous time for you. And with those ones, I'm going to be telling you about the events and conditions that you'll experience and the joy and the wonder and the successes that you'll enjoy during this 2-month period of July and August. You know, you're a very practical person, Virgo, very much down to earth and very much in love with the earth and the things of the earth. You're an earth sign, of course, and you're always seeking balance and harmony within yourself to do with your financial circumstances. It's always difficult for you to balance the books and to balance your budget and so forth. So that's a little bit of a problem that you do have, Virgo. Now, you're very deep and introspective. You spend a lot of time thinking and reflecting upon aspects of your nature that you're working on to develop. And there's some sort of mystery or intrigue surrounding relatives or neighbours. So there's some secrets that you have to keep as far as your relatives or your neighbours are concerned, or some mystery there that to do with relatives or neighbours. One of your parents was perhaps born overseas or distantly from the place of your birth. You love walking around near the water or driving around near the water. You're a very intense person mentally and very introspective and reflective. You seem to have a nice view from home. You like an outlook from home, and you have a lot of deep books around the place too, especially travel books and things like that around the house. So that's just a little bit about yourself there, Virgo. Now, you are to be congratulated, Virgo, for being interested in the science of astrology, because science says that astrology is a load of rubbish. And if you can prove to yourself that astrology is truth, well, then that means that you've proven that science is wrong in terms of their analysis of the planets and what they're there for and the purpose and objective that they're there for. If you can prove to yourself that astrology is valid, then that means that that puts the planets in those locations and so forth with design and purpose and function there of a spiritual nature. And so that changes the whole equation of the nature of reality and our place in that reality. And the fact that you, Virgo, are really interested in astrology by watching this video, that means that you are on the crest of the wave of evolution. The best way to have your horoscope done and to be able to prove to yourself the validity of astrology is to have your horoscope done by a professional astrologer. I'm happy to do your horoscope for you, and on a recorded message I tell you all about yourself, all about your personality, things that you know about yourself that others don't know. And you'll be able to say, yeah, that's me. I'll tell you about the past as well. I'll tell you when you've had changes in your job, changes in your residence, journeys overseas, bouts of sickness, deaths in the family, accidents, even where you got scars on your body, Virgo. And when that happens, that has a major impact upon you, because that is the proof that astrology is truth. And that drives you to want to know more about what is astrology all about. I want to delve deeper into this mystery. So you are to be congratulated for being interested in the science of astrology, okay? Now let's look at the movements of your planets. What I'm going to do first of all is look at Mars and Saturn to tell you the stresses and tensions and the hurdles that you've set up for yourself in this 2-month period, Virgo, and then I'll look at the movements of the Sun, Venus and Jupiter as they move through the houses of your horoscope. So just sit back, relax, enjoy the journey here with me. Now Mars starts the month off in the 11th house of your horoscope. With Mars in the 11th house of your horoscope, and it remains there until I tell you that it makes a change. With Mars in the 11th house of your horoscope, Virgo, it means that you've got stresses and tensions in your life focusing through friends, group activities, club activities, other people's children, and there can be conflicts with friends whilst out on group social functions and things like that. Friends can be rather dominant and assertive in their nature, and you've got to try and put up with that during that particular phase when Mars is in the 11th house of your horoscope. And then Mars makes a change into the 12th house of your horoscope on the 9th of August, Virgo. When Mars is in the 12th house of your horoscope, you can be your own worst enemy, okay? You can get involved in secret relationships. You can be down on yourself, self-destructive in nature. There can be a bout in hospital when Mars is in the 12th house of your horoscope. Injuries to the feet can occur. And there's stresses and tensions that you don't openly discuss with other people that are to do with secret aspects of your own nature. So you can be self-destructive and rather secretive in your nature when Mars is in the 12th house of your horoscope, okay? Now we look at Saturn. Saturn is retrograde, which means that it's moving in an apparent backward motion, Virgo, and it impacts differently upon the houses of your horoscope than it does in the other signs, okay? So it's an individual thing for you, and when Saturn is retrograde, it impacts negatively upon the houses that Saturn rules, and in your case it rules the 5th and the 6th houses. The 5th house is the house of children, so there can be frustrations, obstructions and hurdles, Virgo, to overcome, tied in with children, and also the social side of your life and the romantic side of life. So therefore, there's going to be some hurdles that you've set up for yourself in this period from the 1st of July until I tell you that it changes, to do with romance, love, the social side of life. And then there's the health side of things to do with the 6th house. It can impact upon your health negatively, so just get plenty of rest and sleep. Be very, very careful there. It's not a good time for you to make changes in your job when Saturn is impacting upon the 6th house. And there's something there to do with the people that you work with that brings about quite a bit of unhappiness and difficulty for you to do with that, okay? Now then Saturn goes direct on the 4th of August, and when Saturn goes direct it impacts upon the 3rd house of your horoscope. So from the 4th of August onwards, Virgo, the Saturn is direct in the 3rd house of your horoscope, impacting negatively upon your mind. You can have depression creeps in. You can have frustrations and obstructions with regard to transport and means of transport and getting from A to B. There can be problems to do with the health of relatives and neighbours, and there's difficulties and hurdles for you to overcome, Virgo, focusing through your methods of communication with those close to you, like relatives and neighbours, okay? Be careful not to enter into contracts or agreements when Saturn is impacting negatively upon the third house of your horoscope, okay? Now we look at the movements of the Sun, Venus and Jupiter through the houses of your horoscope in this 2-month period. And we start off on the 1st of July with the Sun in the 11th house of your horoscope. The 11th house is the house of friends, group activities, club activities, and other people's children. So there's a focus of your personality upon friends and group activities and club activities and things like that. So group purpose and design and intent will come into the equation. Venus starts off this 1st of July in the 12th house of your horoscope until I tell you that it makes a change. With Venus in the 12th house of your horoscope, you'll perhaps have some friends who you really love who are pouring their problems upon you in some way, shape or form. There's a love of the divine and there's a love of solitude when Venus is in the 12th house of your horoscope on a positive note. And you have a great deal of love for the mysteries of life. You'll possibly visit somebody in hospital and express your love and affection to them whilst they're in hospital. And then we look at the movements of one of them. The first one of these to move is the 19th of July. Venus moves into the 1st house of your horoscope and remains there for 2 or 3 weeks. With Venus in the 1st house of your horoscope, you'll be outgoing in your affections. If you're in the market for a relationship, love can come into your life during the next 2 or 3 weeks, okay? Now, it's a beautiful time for you to do with friendships, affections, social activities. You'll be very loving in your nature. You'll have a great deal of love for music, and you'll be very lucky. You'll be very affectionate with everybody around you, and it's going to be a happy time for you. Then on the 24th of July, Virgo, the Sun moves into the 12th house of your horoscope, and for the following 30 days, your whole personality drive is upon solitude, introspection and reflection, transformation and change within yourself, and sidling up to the divine. So you get a lot of benefits from solitude during that time, and there can be a visit to hospital to see somebody, okay, to give them a little bit of a buck up. Now then on the 27th of July, Venus goes retrograde. Now when Venus is retrograde, and it remains retrograde then until I tell you that it changes, with Venus retrograde, it impacts upon the 2nd house of your horoscope and the 9th house of your horoscope, but to the point of overdoing it. So you can spend too much money there from the 2nd house. You can overdo it by spending too much money. And there's also the 9th house is impacted there. So there's a tendency for you to overdo it a bit socially with in-laws, or to do with foreign travel, or to do with friends that you have from educational processes and so forth. Now on the 23rd of August, the Sun moves into the 1st house of your horoscope, Virgo, and with the Sun in the 1st house of your horoscope for 30 days, there's a focus upon your personal self-initiated efforts. You'll have a lot of extra strength and willpower and determination to overcome obstacles in your life, and you'll be having a sunny disposition in life, and it's a very good time for you for getting started with new projects, okay? Now on the 1st of July, Virgo, Jupiter is in the 12th house of your horoscope and remains there until the 12th of August. With Jupiter in the 12th house of your horoscope, there's a great deal of benefit from solitude, from introspection and reflection. There's a tremendous urge within yourself to sidle up next to the divine, and you get a lot of benefit from introspection, reflection, solitude, aspiration toward the divine, and spiritual growth and development within yourself. Then on the 12th of August, a very, very important change, Virgo, when Jupiter enters into the 1st house of your horoscope and remains there for the balance of this period up until the end of August. With Jupiter in the 1st house of your horoscope, it's a very, very potent time for you for travel, expansion of your consciousness. You'll have a tremendous urge to want to know more about the nature of reality and your place in that reality, and a tremendous urge to take in knowledge and expand your consciousness in any way, shape or form. That can come through foreign travel, and it can come through expansion of your consciousness through study, research and investigation, watching videos and so forth, CDs and all that sort of stuff. Tremendous urge there to become more of who you really are. Now you've got a wonderful opportunity now, Virgo, seeing that you've found your way to my particular video here. It means that you are on the crest of the wave of evolution. It means that you are aspiring to become more of who you really are. Now you have got an opportunity now to take a gigantic step forward in the expansion of your consciousness by having your horoscope number 3 done by me. I'm going to therefore be able to tell you, if you can afford it, to be able to tell you all about yourself and things that only you know about yourself, and then about your past, even where you got scars on your body. And when I tell you those things, that has a big impact upon you. And that will project you into wanting to understand more about how this whole spiritual classroom that we're all in operates and functions. And it'll help you to start listening to my CDs. Now, it's very important, Virgo, for you to watch that video of mine called The Meaning of Your Dreams. That has had well over 1,500 viewings, and that's a lot for a video of such nature that's so deep and subjective and metaphysical in its nature, okay? So that's the most popular video that I've ever produced, and it's got more people have ticked the like box more than anything else. More than 80 of people have ticked the like box, and that's a tremendous amount. That means that they've been impressed by what the message was that was in there. So it's important to understand that we are all in a giant spiritual classroom, Virgo, and each of us have got the opportunity to take gigantic steps forward at any time in our life through an intake of knowledge and expansion of consciousness. So we're all in this giant spiritual classroom, and you have the opportunity now to listen to my CDs. I've got 12 CDs there for you in my free CD page of my website. The website address is always there in the description of my videos. So you can download those 12 CDs and you can listen to them. That's out of my first book, What Really Matters on Astrology, Meditation and Reincarnation. And it's a scientific expansion of your understanding in ways that I can't do just through videos, okay? And then if you have your horoscope number 3 done by me, you can go on then after those 12 CDs into intensives 2 and 3 out of my second book, Coming Home, An Eternal Journey. And in that I take you into spiritual university, teach you all about quantum physics and the holographic nature of reality and all sorts of wonderful things there about the science of meditation and how you can do programming of reality in accordance and compliance with your will and so forth. So there's just so much there to learn, Virgo. Do subscribe to my videos because I'm pumping out new videos all the time on all aspects of personal and spiritual growth. There's also horoscope number 2, which you get thrown in free of charge when you order horoscope number 3. That's a beautiful 20-page printout all about you, telling you all about the qualities, principles and values that you've developed within yourself from past lives and what's the focus that you've set for yourself in this particular lifetime. And you also get horoscope number 1 thrown in free of charge, which looks at your progress moon cycles over the next 30 months with a beautiful written report, and it's 10 pages there. If you can't afford the horoscope number 3, well then order horoscope number 2 for only $10 and you get that horoscope number 1 thrown in free of charge. So I look forward to working further with you should you take the next step forward, and good luck with your choices and decisions in life. Thank you.